Hi there, Christina Farrell here for the Bamberger Ranch. Today I'm going to be leading you on a virtual bird walk focusing on bird calls and bird songs. Now it can be really difficult to learn bird songs, so I'm going to be using some mnemonic tools to help you learn these. A mnemonic tool is a word or a phrase that helps you to learn something a little bit faster, and that's my hope, is that by using these tools you'll be able to fast track the learning process. Here we are in our grassland savanna habitat. Now this is a really important habitat here on the ranch because historically much of the hill country was in a grassland savanna ecosystem. And currently worldwide grassland birds are in decline due to habitat loss, so it's becoming increasingly important for us to monitor these sites. Now here in this grassland savanna habitat I would expect to hear some eastern bluebirds, some eastern meadowlarks, some lark sparrows, some field sparrows, and a few other classic grassland birds. But let's go ahead and get started and see what we can hear. All right, so I've stopped here because I've got two birds I want to talk about. The first one calling right now is a lesser goldfinch. Now the mnemonic that I use for these guys is just that they are happy and sad. They do a swee, swoo. And you can hear them just off in the distance here. It's a little windy, but you can still pick it up. Swee, swoo, happy, sad. All right, now the second bird that I want to talk, they're both calling right over here, is the Bewick's wren. Now the way that I remember the Bewick's wren is that it's a robot who remembers at the last minute that it's a bird. And once you learn the call, that will make a little bit more sense because they do beep boop bop boop bop brrr, with that trill at the end is them remembering that they're a bird. So let's see if we can hear this. Beep boop bop boop boop bop brrr, with that trill at the end, remembering you're a bird at the last minute. All right, so here is a fantastic example of a field sparrow. Now the way that I remember the field sparrow is if you were to take a ball and drop it, it would drop faster and faster and faster, just like the call of the field sparrow is a do 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 do. Picture that ball bouncing and dropping and dropping and dropping and going faster, and that's how I remember the field sparrows. All right, so now we're in an area of the ranch that is a riparian mixed forest. A riparian area is that zone of transition from an area of water to land, water such as a river or creek. Now I'm expecting a good diversity of birds down here because all birds are going to need to use some water. In this area I would expect to hear some black and white warblers, golden-cheeked warblers, plenty of northern cardinals and Carolina wrens, eastern phoebes, and so on and so on. So let's get started and see what we can hear. So right off the bat, I've got a nice Carolina wren calling. Carolina wrens have a lot of different mnemonics that are used for them, from Germany, 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 teacher, teacher, teacher. This one that I'll point out over here, Germany, 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 Germany. Really repetitive. They'll say different words, but it's really just figuring out what word that you hear and then learning that one, because the one in your front yard may sound different than the ones here out at the ranch. Still have our Carolina wren really calling over here. And then I've just had a black and white warbler go off. Now the way that I describe this call is that it's like a squeaky toy with the squeaky, 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 except far more high pitched than my voice can go. But let me try to point this out for you. All right, so I've stopped here because I've got a really good example of a red-eyed vireo. The mnemonic for red-eyed vireo is here I am, where are you? Here I am, where are you? And it's important to pay attention to how often you're hearing the here I am, where are you? Red-eyed vireos are going to sing it quicker, but we also have yellow-throated vireos. They're going to pause more. It's a very similar call with the here I am, where are you? Whereas the red-eyed vireo is a lot quicker. And then over here to my left, I just had a northern cardinal call, really common bird. And the way that I help people remember this bird call is that I compare it to laser beams. So this is whenever we have kids come out to the ranch, it's one of the first bird calls they're able to learn because those laser beams really stick in your mind well. Choo, 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 choo. Able to hear those laser beams coming through. All right, so now we're in one of our forested areas of the ranch. In fact, this is an area that we're currently managing to be an old-growth juniper forest. Now, the way we've been starting this restoration project is by coming in, clearing out the understory, taking out any of the trees that were affecting our canopy layer, and then just trimming up any that weren't directly affecting that canopy layer. So in this habitat that we're in right now, I would expect to hear Carolina chickadees, black-crested titmice, some white-eyed vireos, maybe some wild turkeys. And then as of late, we've had a Hutton's vireo down here calling pretty consistently, which is a true testament to our restoration efforts and their success, and that we're increasing our biodiversity. All right, there's a lot going on right now, but I want to point out Hutton's vireo. Not every bird has a clear mnemonic that you can hear every single time, but for this guy calling right now, I'm going to say that he is saying chewy, chewy, chewy. Chewy, chewy, chewy. Really rapid, very steady, very consistent with his call. Okay, so this is one of my favorite mnemonics that I like to teach people. Behind me calling is a golden-cheeked warbler, one of our special birds on the ranch because they are listed on the endangered species list. But his mnemonic that I love is La cucaracha, z, 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 zoo. He just called behind me, but here he'll go in a second one more time. Z, 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 zoo. La cucaracha. Here we go. Okay, so I've stopped here because I've got a really good example of a Carolina chickadee calling, doing his classic chickadee. He's a good bird because he says his name. All birds are good birds, but good birds especially say their name just like he's about to do. Chickadee. They don't always pause quite as long, but you can still hear that clear, crisp saying his name. Thank you all for joining us on our virtual bird walk today. We had a lot of different birds across our different habitat types. We had a total of 32 different species, which is really good. So this is Christina signing off for the Bamberger Ranch, along with that blue-gray gnatcatcher. Thank you all for joining us on our virtual bird walk today. We had a lot of different birds across our different habitat types. We had a total of 32 different species, which is really good. So this is Christina signing off for the Bamberger Ranch, along with that blue-gray gnatcatcher.